I turned 39 on a Thursday. Nothing special, nothing dramatic. Just another reminder that life moves faster than we ever notice. I woke up expecting something. A kiss. A soft happy birthday, babe. Maybe even a smile. But my wife, Megan, barely looked up from her phone. Morning, she muttered, brushing past me to the bathroom. That was it. No hug. No warmth. Not even a flicker of recognition. I stood there for a moment, staring at the dent in the pillow where her head had been, wondering how the woman I'd shared 11 years with didn't spare 1 second for me on my morning. At 8:17 a.m. my phone buzzed. Not from Megan, but from my bank reminding me a bill was due. Typical. A few minutes later my mom texted. Then my brother. My cousin. Everyone remembered. Except the one person who should have been first. By noon I accepted it. Either Megan forgot, or worse, she didn't care. Still I tried. I always tried. When she came into the kitchen I smiled and said, "Want to grab dinner tonight? Maybe just the two of us." She frowned like I'd interrupted something important. Dinner tonight? I told my mom we're going over for a family thing. You can come if you want. If I want. It's my birthday. She didn't flinch. Didn't apologize. Didn't even pretend. Well, she said, grabbing her purse, it's just a regular Thursday. Don't make it a big deal. She left. And the silence she left behind felt louder than anything she could have said. I lowered my expectations on the drive to her parents' house. No balloons. No cake. Just another night around people who never really treated me like I belonged. The moment I walked in, the house was buzzing. Laughter, clinking glasses, cousins gossiping. Not a single person said, "Happy birthday." Not one. Megan didn't even look up when I entered. She sat on the couch giggling at an Instagram reel, feet tucked under her like she didn't have a husband standing in the doorway invisible to everyone. After 20 minutes of pretending I didn't feel the sting, I slipped outside. It was easier to breathe out there. Easier not to wonder how long my wife had been drifting so far away. I was staring at the quiet yard when I heard footsteps. "Hey," someone said softly. "Rough evening." It was Emily, Megan's second cousin, close to her age. She held a drink and looked at me with something I hadn't felt all day. Actual concern. "You look sad," she said. I gave a small laugh, just realizing no one inside remembered my birthday. "You think I didn't know?" she whispered. "I asked Megan earlier what she planned for you. She just shrugged. She didn't even buy a cake." Then she said the words that hit harder than she meant. "Daniel. Who forgets their husband's birthday?" I didn't answer, because hearing someone else say it made it hurt more. She stepped closer. "You deserve better than being ignored." Before I could reply, the sliding door opened and noise spilled out again. Emily sighed. "Come on," she said gently. And then she did something unexpected. She took my hand. Not romantic. Not flirty. Just steady, like she was anchoring someone drifting away. She led me back inside, her grip calm but firm. Heads turned. Conversations paused. Emily wasn't the type to make scenes, so this meant something. She walked us to the dining table and spoke clearly, her voice cutting through the room. "Before anyone continues eating, can we acknowledge something important?" The chatter died instantly. "Today is Daniel's birthday." The silence that followed was suffocating. Megan blinked. "Oh, right. Happy birthday." The most hollow sentence I'd heard all year. Emily scoffed. "That's it? After 11 years of marriage?" Megan's expression tightened. "Why are you making this dramatic?" I was going to say something. "At midnight." Emily shot back. "Or maybe never." Megan stood, embarrassed but defensive. "This isn't your business, Em." "That's the problem," Emily said sharply. "It should be yours. But you've been glued to your phone all day, while your husband walked around like a ghost." A few whispers. A few pitying looks. And for the first time in a long time I didn't feel exposed. I felt seen. Megan glared at me. "Really? You had to involve her?" "I didn't," I said calmly. "I barely spoke since I got here." "You're exaggerating," she scoffed. "You always make things bigger than they are." There it was. Her favorite line to shrink every feeling I had. Emily stepped forward again. "He didn't even get a cake." "We don't need cake every year," Megan snapped. His birthday is a big deal, Emily said. Or it should be. You're out of line. Maybe, Emily replied. But someone has to care. The room froze. Something in me finally clicked. Like a lock turning after being stuck for years. I'm going home, I said quietly. Megan blinked. Seriously? You're leaving over this? A birthday. I shook my head. It's not the birthday, Megan. It's the months before it. The distance. The indifference. The way I feel like a roommate instead of a husband. She crossed her arms. So what? You're the victim now. No, I said softly. I'm just tired. She had no comeback. Not because she understood, but because she didn't care enough to have one. I walked to the door. Emily followed me out to the porch. You okay? She asked. I don't know, I admitted. She touched my arm lightly. Don't let anyone convince you your feelings are too much. You deserve someone who actually celebrates you. I nodded, not trusting my voice. Halfway to my car, Megan finally rushed outside. Daniel, wait. I stopped but didn't turn. You're really leaving over this? She asked, frustrated. It's not about tonight, I said. It's about everything before tonight. I got into my car, closed the door, and for the first time in years I didn't feel guilty for choosing myself. As I drove away, I glanced in the rearview mirror. Emily stood on the porch watching me go. Not with pity, not with judgment, but with quiet understanding. And on a night when my own wife couldn't see me, that meant more than I could explain.